Hi, and welcome to our stress management session today, Yoga for Everybody. My name is Skyla Ramirez. Let's get started. Let's stand up. Take a moment to establish a comfortable distance with your feet. We're going to begin with a really rapid breath today to open up your upper chest and hopefully corrects the alignment in your upper spine. So this breathing technique is a double inhale and a double exhale. It looks like this. You're going to bend your knees. Bring your hands down, and on the double inhale, you're going to pull up. And then you're just going to squeeze as tight as you can. We're going to hold it for about 3 to 6 counts. On the exhale, we're opening the hands and pushing it out with 2 exhales. So you're going to inhale in through your nose, bring it up 2 times, and then exhale from your throat. Inhale nose, exhale throat. That's the most important part of this. So let's go ahead and bring it down to just a gentle, soft squat in the knees. Push your hips back. Bring the hands in front of the body. Exhale all the way. Now double inhale. Make this with your hands. Pull your shoulders up. Tense the whole body. Turn those palms down. And now exhale. We're going to try that again. Come down, bend the knees, push the hips back. Hands are down below the knees, or maybe just in front of the navel center region. As you inhale, pull up, tense the whole body, and when you're ready, exhale, press down. So we're going to do a couple more of those, and as we do those specific breathing techniques, what we're going to do is also make it a little faster. So it is what we call like a progressive breath. We're going to do 10 of these. The first 3 are kind of slow. So it's going to be slower than what you would consider to maybe be like a natural rhythm. The second set of 3 is going to be just a natural rhythm. And then those last 4 in that set of 10, you're going to do it as fast as you can. So it'll be like this. Again, it's okay, let's try it. You don't have to count. I will count for you. Bend the knees, push the hips back, hands in front of the body, in front of the navel. Hips are back is flat. When you're ready, double inhale up. Let it go. Again. Let it go. One more slow. Let it go. Now just a little bit faster. Now as fast as you can. Last set. And now relax. Roll those shoulders back, open the palms of your hands. Bring the feet in so they are underneath your hips or your pelvis bones. We want to have a really conservative foundation with the feet to open up the side of your hip. Inhale both arms straight up and overhead. Reach towards the sky. If it feels right for you, lace your fingers, invert the palms, and push the heels of the hands up towards the ceiling. Hopefully correcting the angle in the wrist that can get a little crampy when we have to type a lot. From here, push into the outside blade of your left foot and lean over to the right. As you're leaning over to the right, pull out of your left armpit and keep pushing down into the outer edge of your left foot. Now look up to the left. So we're looking up just beyond our forearm, beyond the armpit region. Keep the stretch in that upper left armpit. Now look over to the right. Looking down towards the floor. When you're ready, bring it to center. Lean over to the left. So you're leaning to the left, opening the right side of the body. Press into the outside blade of the right foot and pull out of that right armpit. Let's look up towards the ceiling, looking up just past that right armpit. Even if just for a moment, angle your gaze up, hopefully creating just a little bit more mobility in the neck. Now look over to the left, working with gravity. Press into the right foot, pull out of that right armpit. When you're ready, bring it to center. Take the palms together, bring the thumbs to the center of the chest, and now push your hips back. Coming into an exaggerated chair pose, really exaggerated hinge in those hips. You don't have to keep your chest up high for this. It's not a wall squat, but it is definitely working on correcting the upper back posture. So creating a flat back while the hips push back. Let's extend our arms behind us, airplane pose. Pressing the palms down. Reach the pinky fingers past your hips. Imagine it's like a superhero cape. From here, you're letting those ribs lift and protrude out and forward, hopefully working on strengthening and correcting the upper spine posture again. Imagine that you're trying to hold a pencil between your shoulder blades. Draw those shoulder blades back a little more. Open the throat. Big inhale. Exhale, hands to the thighs. Slowly hinge from your belly and let the upper back round just a little bit. Let that head hang loose. Shake the head yes, and turn the head left and right. When you're ready, find a still point. Straighten your arms. Let's support the back and spine. Inhale, bring both arms all the way up. Nice big breath in. From wherever you are, step your left foot back a casual stride. Right leg forward, left foot back. Bend your right knee. Looking down, seeing that that right knee goes in the same direction as your right shoe or your right foot. We're holding a casual warrior one here just for a moment. Think about pressing back firm into the left heel and imagine that stretch coming up the front of your left leg. Then it jumps across to your right armpit. Let's take our right arm back as if you're going to twist back behind you to shake hands with someone behind you. And now bring it down and around. And we're just going to circle that right arm a few times. So your right knee is bent and forward, left leg is back. Right arm goes back, twist towards the right, and then bring that hand down and around, grazing past your hip. One more circle with that right hand. Take it back, down and around. Reach it overhead. When you're ready, pat yourself on the back with the right hand. Take the left hand back and around, left hand to the low back while the left leg is back. From here, lower your chin a little bit, maybe even close your eyes and start to feel your body adapting. Your body is naturally going to be looking for its own center of gravity, especially when we close our eyes. Keep pressing back into that left heel. Push back through the back of that left knee. Open up through that right armpit. Reach with your right elbow. Maybe even lean to the left just a little bit, exaggerating that stretch on the right trunk of your body. Look up towards the sky. Again, looking up towards the right elbow, even if just for a moment, to work on mobility and strength in the neck. Take your gaze over to the left. Pause for a moment, more mobility. When you're ready, bring both hands to the low back. Let's gaze at neutral. You can keep your hands at your low back with the left leg back. You could also lace the fingers and start to lengthen out the arms, straightening out the arms. Or you can put the hands on your low back, securing the heels of the hands on the SI joint and lumbar spine. Wherever you are with this, make sure that right knee is still bent and your left leg is still straight. It's a warrior one foundation. On the next inhale, puff out your chest and pull your elbows back. Lift your chin and look straight up to where the wall meets the ceiling in front of you, or look up towards the sky, all the way up. Exhale, let the body naturally relax. Inhale, puff out the chest, pull those elbows back. Pull up the ribs, look up towards the sky. Exhale, relax a tiny bit. Just one more big inhalation. Pull the elbows back, puff out the chest, big breath in. And now exhale, relax a little bit. When you're ready, relax the hands, step the feet into our foundation for mountain pose. Feet are at the width of the hips or pelvis bones. We're finding that conservative foundation, stretching the side of the hip. Inhaling, bringing the arms overhead, big reach overhead. Press the palms together, pull the thumbs down to your center chest. Bending the knees, push your hips back, keeping the back as flat as possible, maybe even exaggerating a little bit of a flip or a tilt in the hips and pelvis. That way it might feel a little bit like sway back, but we're actually working to correct the posture in the low back here. Pushing those hips back, hopefully countering any pressure or compression that might have been in the vertebral column or in your disc. Extend the arms back, airplane expression, correcting the upper spine as well. Rolling those shoulders back, palms are pressing down, reaching the pinky fingers dynamically past your hip joints. Holding a pencil between the shoulder blades, act surprised, 1, 2, 3. From here, big breath into your center chest. Exhale, hands to the thighs. Relax your upper back. Let your spine softly make a little bit of a curve, a little bit of a C shape. Shake the head, yes. And now turn the head left and right. When you're ready, slowly straighten the arms. Let's flatten our spine, propping up the back. Reverse swan dive, bring it all the way up. From here, we're stepping our right foot back this time. So the right foot goes back. Let's bend the left knee. Right foot back, left knee bent. And the feet are still, they're kind of a casual walking stride, not a tippy toe stride apart, but definitely not too long of a stride. We want to make sure that the stride is able to create stability in the pelvis today. When you're ready, reaching up from here, let's take our left hand, bring it back behind you. You're twisting to the left, lower the hand down. Turn the thumb down, sweep it past your left thigh, keeping that left knee bent the whole time. Inhale up, exhale back, as if you're shaking hands with somebody approaching from behind you. Sweep it down and around, reach it up. Inhale, one more big circle all the way back. And now down and around, reach that left arm straight up overhead. When your body is ready, pat yourself on the back. Now, this does definitely require what we call a lot of shoulder flexion. That means this is tightening the shoulder or rotator cuff. So if this hurts, if there's any pain in your neck, jaw, spine, lower that left elbow down and give that spine a break. It could be because the rotator cuff gets a little stuck. From here, we're taking that right hand down to our low back. Holding cow's face arms, pulling up out of the left armpit, no matter where or how high that left elbow is, pull out of your left armpit, maybe even lean a little bit over to the right, opening up the left side on the trunk of the body. Breathe into that upper left lung, look up to the left. Mobility and strength in the neck, big breath. Keep the arms, keep the body where it is, just turn the head to the right. Working on mobility through the neck, hopefully alleviating tension in the jaw as well. When you're ready, bring it to center. Let's take both arms to the low back. And again, repositioning those hands so that they feel right for you. You can lace the fingers and start to straighten the elbows as much as possible. You could keep the hands, the knuckles on the back with the palms open, or turn the palms in to press against the low back, pelvis, and SI joint. No matter where we are with this, let's check in to make sure that that left knee is still bent and the right leg is straight. As we inhale, let the chest bow out, protrude the ribs, big breath in. Pull the elbows back and lift and open your throat. Look to where the wall meets the ceiling. Exhale, soften. Inhale, all of the work is in the breath. There's no work from the body. As the lungs expand, they completely support the back bend and they encourage that strengthening in your spine. Big inhale. Exhale, relax a little. Just one more big breath in, expanding breath. Hold it, and now relax. From here, let the hands relax. Shake them out to your side. Let's take the feet out wider than the hips. Both toes are forward in our standing straddle. From here, we're placing the hands on our thighs and pressing our hips back, keeping the legs completely straight. Now, the one thing to watch out for here is locking out. One of the most common things that our bodies do is the knees will lock out, and we don't want that because it can affect blood flow, circulation. It can even affect your blood pressure. So keep the knees so that you have a little soft bounce in the knees. And at the same time, there's pressure back into those heels. Lean forward a little bit. From our standing straddle, we're taking our right hand over to the left hip or to the left thigh. Bring your left knuckles to the low back. Now, what naturally happens here, as soon as we go into this twist on the left, what will happen is our right knee and our right hip is going to want to twist. We are going to correct that. So as soon as we start to twist to the left, be mindful of what the right hip is doing. Push your right hip back, or as you twist to the left, press your left hip forward. Left hip forward, right hip back. Left shoulder back, right shoulder forward. Imagine you're trying to reach or twist that right shoulder over the left thigh. Keep pushing your right hip back and pressing your left hip forward. If you start to feel like a wave of heat, that is normal. That is part of the detox effect here. That is part of stimulating metabolism in this. Look over your left shoulder, flip the hips back a little more, maybe even lower down a little more. Big inhale. Exhale, both hands onto their respective thighs. Left hand, left thigh, right hand, right thigh. Relax your whole spine. Hang like a rag doll. Shake your head yes. Turn it left and right. Walk the feet in nice and slow until they're touching. Bend the knees and then walk the hands up. Let's come up to standing. Safely coming out of that twisted straddle, protecting the low back. Roll the shoulders down. Step it out wider than the hips again. Let's reset. Feet wider than the hips. From here, making sure that the knees keep a little bit of a bounce. Coming down, we're pushing our hips back. The weight is back in the heels, and we're shifting forward. So your center of gravity is going to be in front of the body while you push back into your heels and shake out those knees a little bit. From here, left hand over to the right thigh, or left hand to the right hip. Right hand into the low back, knuckles by the low back. Naturally, as we start to twist to the right, our left hip is going to drop with our left shoulder. We want to counter that. We want to fight that. Push your left hip back while the left shoulder goes forward and over that right leg. Push your left hip back and right hip forward. Keep opening up the right shoulder. Breathe deep into the upper part of your chest. Big inhale. Exhale in place. Maybe even look up and over that right shoulder. Keep focusing on the breath. We can always lower down a little more. Keep pushing that left hip back. Right hip forward. Right shoulder back. Left arm reaching over the right thigh. Looking up and over that right shoulder. Big inhale. And now exhale, come forward. Both hands onto the respective thighs. Come to neutral, hang your head, walk the feet into touching. We want those feet in close so that we can draw the hip bones in and reset the pelvis and the thighs. Walk the hands up from neutral spine. Come all the way up. Roll the shoulders back and now kick off the legs. Great, let's bring those feet out to the width of just the pelvis bones. So not quite hip width, but instead a little more narrow, maintaining a pretty good amount of space between the feet. From here, we're taking that right arm straight up as if you're holding on to 100 helium balloons. Reach up and out of your right rib. Take your left hand across underneath your right rib. We're doing a self-adjustment here to hopefully create more space in the intestines, the gut and belly, more space for your kidneys and adrenal glands to function. Also just more space in between the vertebrae so that your discs aren't so compressed. This area we're opening can get really contracted when we have to sit at our desk a lot, and it can affect a lot of different things from overall skeletal structure to organ function. On your next inhale, as you're reaching up, holding onto your helium balloons, you're going to pull your ribs up. So this is an adjustment that sometimes you would get in a yoga class, but we call this a self-assist. That means you can do it yourself. We don't need to have someone else do it for us. So hand onto the waist, really get a good grab under that rib. On the next inhale, pull up and reach up at the same time. Big breath into the nose. Pull up and reach up. Reach as high as the body will go. Hold it there. 3, 2, 1. Now slowly let it down and lower that right hand. All right, feet at the width of the pelvis bones. Inhaling, left arm straight up overhead. Right arm comes across. Now just feel for the waistline. There's going to be that bottom floating rib that attaches from the back and comes around here into the rib cage. It's that same point in the rib cage where you can actively swivel. So you're going to feel the bones in your ribs to do this particular self-assist. Reach up. Just start exaggerating the breath in your upper left lung. Big inhale. Again. Big exhale. Now pull up on the inhale. Pull your rib up, lengthen, lean over a little bit, but reach up more than leaning. Reach straight up. One more big breath. And exhale. Let it come down. Relax your whole body. Let's roll those shoulders back. 3 sweeping breaths. Inhale, take it back. And up, palms forward, exhale. 2 more. Big inhale. Palms forward, take it back. 1 more big breath. And now take it back. From here, go ahead and take your peace fingers. You're going to put the thumb in and wrap your peace fingers over your thumb. Take the ring finger and pinky fingers, touch them together. Knuckles of the other fingers are touching. And you're just going to hold this down in front of your chest. This is a specific hand gesture that is manipulating the energy channels or the acupressure points that help to calm the nervous system. So this is actually called Shakti Mudra. So anyone that does any yoga, Shakti energy is going to be moon energy, feminine energy, but ultimately it's the neuroscience behind it is going to be from Chinese medicine. It's acupressure points that can calm your nervous system, tapping into your relaxation response or into what we call the parasympathetic nervous system. Sitting nice and tall. From here, deep breath in. Let it go. 2 more, deep breath. Last one. From here, we can open the hands, press the palms together, bowing as we close. Thank you everyone for joining me today. Don't forget to come back tomorrow and Thursday for meditation. Wednesday is a hybrid class, lots of movement on Wednesdays. It's a total body reset on Wednesday. So it's not yoga, but there are some familiar movements. Y'all have a great day. Namaste.